Okay. Hari Om. So today we will contemplate on Sankhya Yoga, verse 63. Krodhād bhavati sammohaha, sammohaha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. Anger leads to clouding of judgment, which results in bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, the intellect gets destroyed. And when the intellect is destroyed, one is ruined. Krodhat, from anger. Bhavati comes sammoha, clouding of judgment. Sammohat, from clouding of judgment. Smriti, memory. Vibhramaha, bewilderment. Smriti Bhramshat, from bewilderment of memory. Buddhi Nasha, destruction of intellect. Buddhi Nashat, from destruction of intellect. Pranashyati, pranashyati, one is ruined. So today's verse is talking about anger and what happens with anger. Yeah. So you can start with Santosh ji or Isha ji.
Yeah, I'll start.
Yeah.
So basically, this shloka talks about the anger. And what is this anger in the sense when somebody gets attached to any object, and if he is not, able to get that object, or is not fulfill his desire, he gets anger, which means this anger is nothing but an attachment to the desire. And if we are not getting that particular, if the desire is not fulfilled, we lose our patience and conscious, and we'll be unaware, unknowingly we lose the conscious, and we start speaking miserably. We do some actions, throw some objects, and we forget our real nature, basically. What is my nature, that we'll forget, and we'll just follow the desire, why that did happen, and we attach the desire and we start doing all things, and later part we will regret, array, I should have not done this. This is really, damage my entire day, or my I mean, lot of experiences happened with respect to this particular shloka.
Very common.
Very common. Very common.
And everyone can relate.
Especially roadside, though, this happens a lot. While going, somebody comes in the middle, we shout on him and they'll shout, and again. Now at least we have a sense that earlier, we used to fight like anything. Now we have at least we came to know by Guruji and these kind of and shloka chanting. Then we are aware. This is all, we should not present to this. Okay, if somebody comes, okay, go ahead, no worries. I mean, but still we shout. Today morning also, me and my wife shouted because I was shouting on one person came and by coming to Guruji's house, and it replied, and immediately I was present to that, and then we continued to go, and we are practicing that to not get anger or not get attached to a thing, but still what I can say, the Maya or whatever we say, right? And we are still in the same circle, which we need to come out of it and come out of that attachments. And the only way to come out of it is we should not attach to anything. The attachment leads to anger.
That sounds like a big statement. Not attached to anything.
No, it's really a big statement, but we have to practice. But I mean, that is not happening. Yeah, we are trying in the process of, because of that only everything happens, right? Because see, I want that. If I'm not getting that, I'll get anger and I'll shout. Why it didn't happen? Because I want that. I at any cost I want that. If somebody takes from me, I am anger. Why? How can he take? It's mine. It belongs to me, and it's again desire. Right, and Krishna says, how to get out of it is being unattached to it.
Okay. Yeah, that part is not there in this sloka, but definitely it should be coming next. But
Oh, okay.
it looks like a natural response,
Mhm.
right? And how do you think this sloka is going to help address your natural response?
That's what I told you, right? Morning, we see
Yeah,
we should always be
that's a
present.
classic example. Yes.
So we should always be present. Like, what is the nature, and every day, being in the satsanga for continuing with so many years and so many days. Earlier, we were not present to this. If you talk 2 years, 3 years, we used to fight like anything on the road, whatever it could be. How can he touch my vehicle? How can he do that? I should collect the money from him, whatever it is. We used to make a complete traffic jam. Everything used to happen. Now, if he comes and dash also, okay, pal, that's okay. I don't want to take stress. Go. Okay, let it be. That such kind of thing has come. And slowly, we need to change our attitude towards other aspects as well. Like, yeah, it's very difficult to get unattached or whatever it is, but be present to the situation, and who has been attached, who is, just we need to self-inquire to whom it is happening, why I am doing it. So that gives a clear idea or clear information. Yeah, no, this is not supposed to be happen, and go forward. Yes, of course, we fell down on the way of the path. We have to get up, go, and again, again fell, again go, and we will reach the goal. That's what the over path of journey towards satsanga or Vedanta or whatever it is. We say. This is what I understand from the shloka.
Okay. Yeah. So it's one is learning, and the other thing is being able to remember or make the doing a course correction to
Yes, yes,
to the
yes.
response what we have been used to, right?
No, earlier, Shravanji, really, we were never used to think, how can he touch here? How can he do this to me? Even such
That's
a kind of,
ego got hurt.
yes, it was so hurting the ego. And once, completely 3 kilometers of jam I had created on the old airport road. I mean, it's so nuisance. Now I think, say, what did I do? I mean, we are not present to the situation, and
Hmm.
now yeah, at least time passed, but still, we are present to this. Good that we are in these classes and learning the things, and trying to implement the same in our day-to-day life, and being present to the situation and handling it. Thank you to our Prabhuji and Vijayji.
Okay, yeah, just before I move, I just want to understand. Let's say that you remember, somebody hit, and uh, you are able to remember this. How is the response? Is it like, okay, it's okay, you hit, or like how are you like? How will you respond to it?
No, now you really, no, if you say earlier, it was horrible. No, there is no forgiveness only.
Okay,
There is
now.
there is no question of forgiveness. Bloody, you have damaged my vehicle, you have to pay. That's it. No, there is no question of whether you don't have money, you don't have anything. And we used to do all like this one. I mean, I should not go to past again.
Mm,
Now, if we think, right, I mean, now in the sense, say, when we are on this path, now we are present to that. Even last week also, one person came and dashed, and I told, okay, it happened, whatever happened, okay, please go. I
okay.
mean, I was present to the situation, but
Okay.
sometimes you are not present. That's what
Mm,
happened in the morning.
yeah.
Morning when I was coming, one scooter person came, and the time was up, and I was also, traveling towards the Google map, and it was showing 4 5 ways, and something happened, and I shouted, and yeah, my wife was there next to me, and who made me present.
Mhm.
And yeah, it
Definitely.
what happened.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Shah.
Isha ji?
I feel this is like continuation of the previous shlokas itself. For that,
Yes.
it's about 247th shloka where, you do things without expecting results. You aim, and I think that was the picture. I'm not able to recollect. I think aim and action, result, you don't worry much. You cannot decide on the result. I think this is extension of that shloka where you expect a result is it's equivalent to you desiring something out of your action. So when you desire something, obviously, if you get, you're happy. If you don't get as you have an illusion about how it should be, you're obviously angry. And when you're angry, you don't have room for self-improvement. You don't have a reasonable thought like what went wrong, what can I do, to make it better. You are just frustrated that I didn't get it. So yeah, it is again, as we say that, I did everything the best, but I did not get it. You will not sit and analyze why you didn't get. You won't try to do it again, correcting your mistake when you are in anger. And yeah, that leads to, total, it's gone. Whatever your aim and your action, everything goes for a waste when you do this. So that's what I relate the shloka to.
The damage was little to start with, but then like we can make it like multifold, that same damage.
Yeah. Small problem, we make it very big.
It can become very big.
Yeah, out of our own anger and things like that.
Yeah, I think even the context gives a like it comes out very well, right? How the whole Mahabharata story evolved from the desire leading to anger, leading to all sorts of nonsense that happened, and then like finally Kauravas, they got completely restricted, complete, total restriction, right? Yeah.
True. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like very simple to understand, and like very easily everyone can relate to and share also.
The thing with the shlokas is it's very nice to relate, you understand, but putting it into practice on a day-to-day life, it needs, in depth, you have to be in sync, you have to understand that, things will happen. It's easy when I say like this, like desire leads to anger, and, you are, everything is understandable. But as soon as you come across that situation, the first thing, what I personally do is something which is not right only. I will get angry if I don't get. So yeah, that's the first reaction towards anything. So yeah, after Santosh ji said, I think it will take about 2-3 minutes for us to analyze. Oh God, no, we shouldn't get angry. This is a part and parcel of life. You shouldn't get involved in anything much. But yeah,
Okay.
that I guess it will take some time.
Yeah, because these are like these are the strong vasanas that are like that one has built, right, in our uh, uh, sukshma sharira, like mind, and like that's what it goes into autopilot mode and like starts, and uh, it like the more we read, the more we contemplate, the more we like go through these satsang, right? I think it's like how a doctor treats a problem where like you have to take the medicine on a regular basis. Then like slowly things start changing.
Yes, sir.
I remember Guruji saying about this, the like how one can see whether he's able to make progress is that how frequently you get that anger. Has it like it should slowly start coming down, right? And maybe like from daily few times getting angry to maybe once a day to then like once in maybe 2 days, right? And then like once a week. And I have seen it. I can relate to myself. I used to get, and it was that ego hurt thing. Like, hey, I am telling you from my experience. I know it, and then like internally feel that like, why can't these people just listen to me, or that helplessness that like I know it, but still they are not listening to me, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's true.
and the consequence of that anger used to be a lot of like I used to feel very bad, as Santoshi also said, right? Later on, when you look back, it's like, why did I do this? It makes me feel very bad. And then, like, nowadays, I can actually see the frequency is coming down. And even that, and the second one is the intensity, like how, like, even if you get angry, like how soon you're able to recover and like come back to that normal state, right?
Yeah.
That is a good measure. Like, okay, so it's not like that's it. You are blown up and you cannot that easily come out, right? So the intensity also is like low and like slowly going down. And we are able to relate, saying that yeah, whatever has to happen is happening, and what is the best I can do? Like, we'll do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good.
Sarvanji, when we are young, right, during the college days, that anger was more.
Fire.
During that time, the fire was more. Okay, as the age, as the age, goes on, right, automatically, the things will come down. With these shlokas and the contemplation, more, more and more, we will present to that situation.
Yeah.
Exactly, Santosh. Even I was thinking that it's more to do with our age also.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I don't think it's just age. You still need that wisdom.
Impact will be less, Sarvanji. See, that's what. For example, when we were studying in the college, there was somebody,
Fight.
told when some incident happened. It was around 12 o'clock. It happened at around 9 o'clock. It was midnight, 12 o'clock. It went to police station. It went to some big politician, everything, and finally, after struggling so much for 3,000 or 4,000. We spent almost 6 to 8 hours on the road and police station and going to the politician, calling him. So much of stress in the house. My mother was, frustrated. I mean, where he
Yeah.
went and no phone, everything was happening that time. And now if you think, even to my son, I'll tell him, you'll be shouting, I'll be recovering. Hey, no, don't do like that. You just do, you follow your path. That's okay. What happened? No, Papa, see how he's coming. Wait, I guide him. Hey, no, you should not do like this. Should not do like this. I mean, see, the intensity has come down with respect to the age, but still, I say, I mean, since we are present to our nature and by contemplating the shlokas and Vedanta studies, we are present. But earlier, with the people who are not present also, yeah, as we were mentioning, yes, we will start fighting it irrespective of age, but intensity will be less. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely with age, little bit happens, but this teaching of like what is our real nature, I think that helps
That helps a lot.
big way, in a big way. Right?
I was thinking, like, if you would have got, these shlokas in our age around, when we were in the middle school, high school, definitely our complete.
Definitely, yeah, that's what we,
definitely different.
think, right? Like, these should have been like very basic, should have been taught in different ways, so that
Yes.
even as they enter teenagers, they can handle it better, a lot more better,
Yes,
and
yes,
can
yes.
avoid a lot of things. Yeah.
That's the reason, see, we have eyelid, everything. Like, Vijay is
Yeah.
concentrating more on that, and he's getting kids. So good.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't introduce you, Santoshi and Ishaji. My aunt is here, and she is also she has a lot of interest in Bhagavad Gita, and she also learns. So she joined us. She's in my house, so we will also have her to share her view on this shloka.
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you try? Okay, you want to say in Tamil? It's okay.
Yeah, she can say in Tamil.
Yeah.
We can
Oh,
understand.
okay.
We understand Tamil.
Okay, thank you.
I speak auntie தமிழ்ல பேசுங்க நல்லா தெரியும் புரியும்
Okay.
ஆனா வேற புரிதல் புரியும் எனக்கு நல்லா புரியும்.
Yes, Auntie. Though I may not be able to speak, I can understand easily.
Mm.
And Padmaji is not saying, but she also understands and can speak and write all.
நான் நிறைய தடவை பேசியிருக்கேன் அவங்க கிட்ட, பத்மாஜி கிட்ட.
Yeah, I know them, Vijay sir. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Shloka Pati, like, so for that. Like how we are sharing. To me, Raga Varya, to me, kona handle Karadiya Telepathy.
ஆனா கீதை படிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் இதை நிறைய தடவை சாண்ட் பண்றப்ப அந்த கோபம் வர்றது கொஞ்சம் குறையுது எனக்கெல்லாம். அதை ஞாபகப்படுத்தி கோபம் குறையிற மாதிரி தெரியுது.
Like kona intensity, frequency kona algo, like kona hodangiladiya. How do you remember?
அந்த மீனிங் வச்சுதான் அத மனசுல அந்த மீனிங் வரப்போ சரி நம்ம வந்து கொஞ்சம் கோபத்தை குறைச்சிக்கணும். கோபம் வர்றதே கொஞ்சம் குறையுது தானாவே. எப்படி சொல்றதுன்னு தெரியல.
ஓகே,
அது அப்படிதான் ஆண்டி. அது எப்படின்னா நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரியே நம்ம எப்போ அதை படிக்கிறோமோ அதான் படிக்கிறோம், ஆனா அந்த சிச்சுவேஷன்ல அது நம்ம தலைக்கு வராது.
ஆனா முதல்ல வருது, கோபம் வந்துருது. நீங்க சொல்ற மாதிரி எடுத்தோட கோபம் வந்துருது. ஆனா அதுக்கப்புறம் அது வந்த அடுத்த நிமிஷமா ஞாபகம் வந்துருது. சரி, இந்த ஸ்லோகம் ஞாபகம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சிக்க முடியுது.
கரெக்ட். இப்படிதான் சேம்.
அதே மாதிரி நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி வயசாக அது தானா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் மனசுல பக்குவம் வந்து தானாவே குறைச்சிருது.
But actually,
அப்ப ஒன்றும் பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை. இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் வந்திருக்கோம். ஏன்னா அந்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ல நம்ம எடுத்த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்க்கு இருக்காது இல்லாத எல்லாமே வந்திருக்கோம் உள்ள. பிரயோஜனமே இல்லை யோசிச்சு. Yes sir, you are telling.
No, Santoshji, actually one good point. What you're saying, right? This it comes out old age as we get old, but then the total destruction happens at a body level also. I've seen that,
that's what,
right? All this blood pressure people have, and right, the clouded thoughts leading to they don't know what they are doing, or like they're doing wrong things.
Yes, they will have attacks also. Sometimes they will have heart failures, heart attacks. Everything will happen because of the pressure.
Yeah, right. So yeah, so the earlier one is able to address the anger. I think that is like we need this body to be able to reach the goal, whatever the purpose of our life is. And the longer one can keep this body, the vehicle, in a healthy way, you can get as closer, or you can reach the goal, right? And it is like, so the common thing we hear, right? After 60 years, like after retirement, we will learn Gita, or we will attend Vedanta.
Even I was in the same dilemma. When my wife was, my wife is associated with Guruji from past 4 or 5 years. Every day she used to come and tell me. I used to tell her, hey, this is not an age for me. Go, you don't irritate me. But now, if you ask me, right, before 2 years, weekends means party, going long trip, going this. Now, weekends means AVC class, Bhagavad Gita class, JJ class. What a transformation, yeah. Even if I discuss with my colleagues, right, or my friends, they are shocked, completely shocked. How come you can become like this? And yeah, this is what.
See people, my dad and mom, the way they give me looks, you and doing this.
This is the transformation.
Yeah, correct.
You have no idea, I used to fight with everybody, sir, everybody on that road. That thing in your head, it will be, that you're a localite and then born and raised in one area also.
Yes, that is also there. You told me, right, Ishaji, this is too much was there in us. If somebody comes and speak in our area, that's it. Hey, how can you be our area? We are local. Yeah.
This was my favorite dialogue. I feel so ashamed of myself. Oh my God. until recently also, someday when something happened, my son was sitting next to me, like, Mama, why are you sitting quietly? Get down from the car. I said, I'll punch you, man. I'm not going to fight.
There you go. The example is being set for him at the young age itself.
Don't fight.
Right? Because they also pick up from the environment. How we react is what the children are going to do as well.
So this is a common thing in our house. So even when my son went, to be frank, I used to also tell him, or even my dad or anybody, he'll go to school with 10 people on the first day and all. So all dad's friends and my colleagues and everybody. So I used to say, we call him Vishnu at home. We'll say, Vishnu, if anybody does anything, no. My dad's favorite dialogue, first to odi, aamel bandbudu, naan notkontini, he used to say. So I put the same thing off for my son, trust me. But by God's grace, he is like my husband. He's very nice guy.
Good.
He's
Nice.
very soft. I'll be like, is he mine?
Good. Yeah, let me see. Shashti, would you like to share? Yeah.
Hari Om. My thought about this sloga is like, I remember like my grandfather is not now live. When I was in my childhood, my grandfather, I used to have more anger in my childhood days. At that time, he used to pray to God like, he will not say anything to me, but he will say to God like to reduce my anger. So after that, before I was in COVID time also, I had so much angry in my home, and it affected my father, mother, everyone. And after that, once I am in Bangalore, it got completely changed. So nowadays, I am not becoming anything much anger, and I am just allowing the things to happen like as it is. And I no need to react anything to about it, because already what's going to happen is going to happen. So we are not going to change anything. So I am just in that way, and now I am happy. So I am thinking like I have not got any anger, and I am not having any such situation also. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah. So yeah, Shashti, he went through some health problem, and that's where he is able to see it, that the change in how he is approaching how like things around him. It is showing up in his health itself. He used to get the fits, and now the body is like a lot more grounded, and like he's not seeing it that often. Yeah, and so as I was telling Vijayji and Padmaji, like I used to discuss whatever we are learning here with my aunt, and I used to tell Sashti as well. Right, it's just that I keep somehow these shlokas come in some situation, and I tell them what I learned, and like they are showing interest, and that's how like they're here with me today. But yeah, so good to hear from him as well. Thanks, Sashti. Padmaji, yeah, would you like to share?
Yeah. So first of all, I think it's very nice to see and hear Sasti speak today. Very glad that he spoke. I was thinking he will not speak. I heard Malini ji, but he was not speaking. So yeah, very nice to hear his thoughts.
Also, Vijayji, Padmaji has treated Shashti as well.
I have not treated. It's all Baba's grace only. Yeah. And yeah, so how I connect with this shloka is that I think at the root cause of all the things that are happening with our emotions, I think it is the sense organs and the desires that are leading to all the ups and downs and the various emotions that we go through. So desire basically also creates a certain kind of attachment to whatever we are desiring. And when those things are not getting fulfilled is when that anger builds up within us. So I think the point here is to cut down on the anger and to have a clarity in the intellect to take the right decisions. I think that we have to go again to the base of all this and try to control the sense organs and thereby reduce the desires. So from that also, I think we can connect to the fact that thoughts are what are creating all these things within us. So thoughts can either help us or it can take us in the negative way as well. So how you can get purified thoughts or more positive thoughts, I think if we look at solutions for that, then meditation is something that will help us in reducing the thoughts itself. I mean, we have so many thoughts in, say, a minute or even a second. So the reduction of thoughts will help, and also clarity, positivity in the thoughts also will come as we meditate, because the lesser the thoughts, you can have more control over what kind of thoughts you are catching hold on to, and which are turning into actions, which thoughts of yours are turning into actions. So that is one thing that can reduce the restlessness and the anger, anxiety, and all those kind of feelings that are arising from the emotions or the desires that we have. Yeah. So yeah, that is what my take is from this shloka. Saravanan-ji.
Yeah, I think good. Yeah, you got that point about thoughts also, like how they come in the way, right?
Yeah. And I think especially just like Sasti said, I have also gone through many illnesses in my life. So somewhere I think when you go through such things in your life, it impacts in various ways, not only physically, but also emotionally, because somewhere your self-esteem is affected. Somewhere you feel less confident. When you go out and meet people, it is not, I mean, even if they are not able to see, you are the one who is restricting yourself or putting a stop to yourself in various ways. And that again, it manifests internally again within our body itself. So the basic is if we correct that, everything else also gets resolved slowly. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Vijay.
Some more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. Padmaji. Yeah, actually, you are also one of the people who has treated me, and with your Baba's blessings, I am just good now. So I just want to thank you as well. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Vijayji, yeah. And this shloka, Vijayji, that way perfect for the time. Just this morning only we heard from Guruji about conquering the Ravana, the 10 senses and the organs. Yeah, please. Thank you.
So would like to share some picture, if it is okay with you. Okay. So, see, first of all, in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna continuously is helping us to see fundamentally about two things. One is who I am. The other thing is by what mechanism or what is the process through which I interact with what I generally call as the world. So clarity about who I am and what is the mechanism involved in how I operate in the world are the two most important aspects to learn. And through that learning, I can be clear in how I operate in the world. It is like saying, I buy a new super car, but I don't know where the accelerator, where the ignition, how to turn right, how to turn left, when to brake, how to brake. If I don't know anything, what am I going to cause? Accidents. So therefore, the fundamental approach Sri Krishna has taken in Bhagavad Gita is bring that clarity. Now, there are so many practices available, yogic practices available, then various kinds of kriya practices are available. If you look at the Bhagavad Gita, the approach is fundamentally to bring clarity in what we can call as buddhi. Why? Because the beginning of any action is by the decisions you take. So what is the root of the decision? Where is that you're taking the decision in life? You take decision in what you call as your intellect. So if how you operate your intellect, in a way like saying that somebody is causing an accident on the road. So how is that happening? It's happening by, oh, I did not see, oh, that person came suddenly. Like that, I can give 100 reasons. But fundamentally, what is the root of any accident? So let's take two situations. Let's take a situation where you are on the same road and someone is suddenly coming in front of you, but you're able to brake on time and you stop. And when somebody asks you, how did you do it? Oh, I was completely paying attention. I saw him coming, so I could avoid. So which means there are situations when you have been able to avoid what you call as an accident. However, in some other situation, you succumb to the situation, right? So what is happening? What is the difference between these two situations? The fundamental difference is it's in the word aim itself. What is aim? Aim is where I want to go, right? Another way of looking at aim is it is essentially your attention in motion. See, what you call as aim is your attention. Where is your attention? There is your energy. Where is your energy? There the flow of life happens. Is it not? So when you are paying attention, for that matter, even now in the satsanga, what is that each one is saying? Only when I am paying attention, when I am aimed, when my aim is on what each one of you is saying, then only I have the chance of grasping. Is it not? So like that, in life also, in any situation, where is my attention is very important. So how is this whole thing manifesting? So if you look at this picture, what is really happening fundamentally? Fundamentally in life, only two things are happening as far as movement is concerned. First thing is you receive something from the world. It may be through your eyes, through your ears, through nose, through your tongue, or through your touch. Only 5 senses. Each one of us have only 5 senses. Through one of the 5 senses, something comes into you. Here the example shown is through your eyes, some bird's image is coming into you. It is not the bird itself is coming into you. It's the light that is falling, and the light is reflected and it falls on your eye, and that in turn is picked up by your eye and transmitted to your brain. As you can see here, it's in the brain that the image is inverted, because when it is initially coming into your eyes, it is inverted. So it is your brain that corrects. So that's why it needs both the right eye and the left eye. So essentially what you are getting inside of you from the world is like this, some kind of a signal, or what we can also call as a sensation. What is a sensation? That which comes because something has come into touch with your senses. So when it is coming in touch with your senses, what happens or what comes is sensation. It is like when somebody touches you, you feel the touch. So some kind of a electrochemical change is what appears in your brain, that there is a touch. So right now also, for example, if you simply become aware of where you're sitting, the nature of your seat, it may be a hard seat, or it may be a soft seat, or it may be a cold seat, or it may be a warm seat. So you can become aware of it when you just simply pay some kind of an attention to it. So like that, from the world, we always receive only sensations, nothing else. So the world, through these five senses, appears into your brain first. So when you look at this picture, and when you reflect on whatever you're receiving, whether through sound, smell, seeing, please notice the world is not sending you anger, irritation, worry, tension, stress, jealousy, good, bad. Nothing is coming like that. What is coming? Simply a sensation. How? When your sense has come into contact with whatever that object is. Your eye, the light from that bird has fallen into your eye, so that has caused a sensation. Right now, whatever the sound I am making is falling into your ears through the sound box of your devices, and that is causing a sensation. So this is first part of the mechanism, sensation. Or in our, if you were to think of this whole thing as a computer, what is the input you are giving to the computer? Because if you look at the human body, it also is like a computer. We'll see another picture. So it's an input from the world when it comes in touch with the sense. Then we all know about our eyes, ears, nose, so many body parts. But most often, we have not understood our internal, or what we call as a Sukshma Sharira. Our Saranavanji already touched upon it. Like how you have a Bahya Karana, which is your external body. Like that, there is an internal body called Sukshma Sharira. Manomaya Kosha. Or it is generally referred in English also as mind. There are 4 functions in the mind. There is a mana, and then there is a buddhi, there is a chitta and ahankara. Mana is where all the sensations come. Simply they're coming. That's why if you see the picture, it's like a transportation truck. They're simply brought. It is your buddhi that decides, depending upon the sensation that has come. How does your buddhi decide? Your buddhi decides only based on your chitta and ahankara. Please notice, if let's say, for example, I use some random word, Klapta-Chitu, and I ask you, do you know what is Klapta-Chitu is? You may simply listen to my sound of it, but you have no meaning associated. Why? Because Klapta-Chitu is a new sensation that is coming your way as a sound. Whereas now if I say rose, laddu, jalebi, see, it's already bringing so many feelings, right? How? Because there is a prior experience with it. And where is that prior experience stored? In your dictionary called as chitta. Each one of us is carrying a much, much bigger than the Webster's that we have. Webster's has probably about 1.5 lakh words, they say. I don't know, I've never counted. But much bigger than that is your chitta, where every impression is stored. Imagine what kind of a software you are carrying. Every impression from all the lifetimes is there. That chitta, which some part of it is, you and I use. And a lot of it is hidden. So what we repetitively practice goes deeper into our chitta. It has become a strong-rooted impression. So for example, as an example, if somebody comes and says to you, "You idiot," so what kind of feelings may come? Depend upon what kind of an impression has gone into your mind. For example, as a child, if the parents used to scold you, "Idiot, don't you know this much also?" Then idiot has become connected with a very negative feeling. Whereas, I'm just using as an example, whereas if the parents were saying, "Oh, you idiot," such a nice way of thinking, then, maybe in your mind, idiot means very nice. If somebody comes and says, "You idiot," you'll be, "Oh, really? Thank you. Thank you." Why? Because the impression. See, as an example, if somebody comes and says, "You donkey," you feel hurt. But if somebody comes and says, "You horse," me, nice. But look at it. Both horse and donkey are the same family. Slight difference in the weight, height, and the way they run and everything. But what is that is different? It is not the word. It's not the sensation that is making the difference. It is not that I called you idiot that is making the difference. Because what I did, I simply made some nonsense sound. Because if you, for example, if you've never heard English, whatever I'm making now is simply a blabbering, right? If there's a small baby, whatever I'm talking is simply a blabbering, some sound coming to the baby's mind. That's all. There's no impression in the baby's mind about English, so no story. So simply the baby will keep looking at me, right? Whereas you and I may get triggered depending upon what I have in my chitta. So one of the main causes is chitta. But there is another important fellow. You know who I am. You know who I am is the one which then uses this chitta and kind of runs the buddhi most often. So for example, if I have a very strong feeling, I'm a very intelligent fellow. It happens, no? Usually in our primary school, middle school, you are the number one in your class. Everybody is clapping for you. Your parents also, "Wow, you're so intelligent." And then, you go to high school where, from many other schools, other children come. And suddenly you find that you are somewhere in the middle or maybe bottom of the class. Suddenly, there are so many others who are much better than me. Suddenly you are no more the intelligent. And if now somebody comes and says, "You idiot," it's even more hurtful. Because why? So far I've built a strong feeling that I'm very intelligent. Or if I'm very beautiful, if somebody comes and says, "Ipdida, is this how you look?" Chi. So hurtful, right? Or if I have a feeling I'm very, very helpful, if somebody comes and says, "You did not even help me," I feel hurt. So who I think I am is ego. So this is how the masala happens. So the sensation comes, who I think I am, based on that, I pick a story in my mind and I attach it to the sensation, and then my buddhi says, "He called me idiot." You now, like how Ishaji wonderfully gave the example, no? Like what impressions has gone into us like that. The first thing that may come is, "He called me idiot." What is the next best word to call him? "You buffalo." So then you know how life goes. You call him buffalo, and then he calls you pig, and then then, maybe you slap him and he slaps you back, and then, suddenly, two nations are fighting with each other. But where is the fundamental problem happening? Within me. It is not what the other said. It is not what the other person did. It is not what is happening around me. It is how I am responding to that. That is the fundamental difference between a jnani and a ajnani. In a jnani also the same mechanism happens. Same impressions, maybe different impressions, same sensations. But one fundamental difference is a jnani is no more, you know who I am. That bondage, a jnani has come out. One. Because I no more am a limited being, I no more have a problem with the outcome from the situation. No more I'm seeking, what will I get? This is a top minister. If I'm goody-goody with him, I will get sight. So whatever he does, I will be goody-goody with him. Then even if he is stupid, idiot, doing nonsense thing, I will simply be, you're very good Maharaja, you're very good Maharaja. Like you all know the emperor's cloth story, no? Because the emperor was so powerful, everybody around him used to say, oh, what a nice cloth you're wearing, emperor. Though he was fully naked. And only a child could determine, Aya, you're naked. Why? Because the child had nothing to gain or lose from the emperor. That is the life of a jnani. Because there's nothing to gain or lose from life. When you have nothing to gain or lose from life, then naturally there is no fear. What is the cause of the fear? That what if I don't get this? What if rules the life? So therefore, Sri Krishna is helping us with the root of the problem. It is in the buddhi that I decide all this. And how my buddhi is functioning, I have to know. So here is given a nice equation. Desire causes anger. Excessive attachment to desire causes anger. Then he is giving us the what happens during anger. During anger, this chitta. See, he said, no, loss of memory. Loss of memory means what? So depending upon what, see, in the memory, for example, with laddu, there may be so many different kinds of thoughts associated in your mind. One thought may be very nice food. That memory is also there. Another memory could be maybe once you ate so many laddus that you had a stomach problem, and the next day you had to run back and forth. That is also a possibility. So like that, with the same laddu, so many things are possible. But when laddu thought came, why did my mind pick only nice feeling? Why did not pick that loose motion feeling? It means it's depending upon the conditioning. What impression has gone deeper, right? So for example, if you look at this picture, what happens in our mind is, depending upon what we do, various kinds of impressions come into the mind. And when impressions are repetitively practiced, they become deep-rooted vasanas, and through that, they become deep-rooted vrittis. It is like, as an example, if there is a stone under a tap which is dripping water, one drop of water that drips, nothing happens to the stone. But imagine the water is constantly dripping. Tap, 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 tap. After some time, what will you find? There's a hole in the stone. How did the hole happen? Not because of one drop, but because of repetitive drops falling. Like that is the human mind. Repetitively what you and I practice becomes our vritti of the mind. So we all talk about personality. What is the personality? Whatever you've been constantly thinking and you are acting and thinking and acting, thinking and acting. This loop is what you call as personality. Is it not?
What you think you become.
What you think you become. Because Ravana was not born as Ravana. Duryodhana was not born as Duryodhana. A very nice, kind baby became Duryodhana, became Ravana. You are not angry person. You, depending upon what kind of role models you've seen around you, you have picked up stories from life. You and I are like what they say, monkey see, monkey do. You and I are the best mimicry artists. See, we go and see movies, no, and we clap for Rajinikanth, Kamala Hassan and all that and say, wow, what an actor, da. But you and I are the best actors. Why? You and I have learned to be whatever role we are playing by mimicking. Please look at how you are a mother, how you are a father, how you are an uncle, how you are a daughter, how you are a sister, how you are a brother. Whatever role you are playing, in some way or the other, it has come from what your society has given to you, what you have picked up from the society. How do you treat your husband or wife, or how do you treat your children? It all has to do with what kind of roles you have seen around you. If, for example, people around you mistreated women, you think it is okay to mistreat women. If around you, women are given the divine status, you also have that feeling. So what you are is not only because of your own innate nature, it is also to do with what kind of stories you pick up from the world. So you and I have to learn to separate stories from who I am. Because my very nature, nobody teaches. And the world constantly is teaching you only how to play a role in life. And that is all we pick from life. So when we pick the wrong stories, our body can be seen as three machines, three kind of industries, this entire body. There is a, at the top, what we can call as a computer. Then there's a chemical. Then there's a mechanical. Right? These are the three factories in each one of us. Whatever software that has gone in is constantly what is playing in a loop. A computer, what it does, what you feed is what it shows. You go to Google and say, is Bhagavad Gita good? What answer you expect to receive from Google? Depends upon which page you're looking at, is it not? If for example, you go to some Bhagavad Gita page being run by some agency which wants to spread false rumors about Bhagavad Gita, it will say Bhagavad Gita is a total nonsense, only to be read by 80-year-old. If you go to some other agency which has found value, it will say Bhagavad Gita is the divine sayings. Now, which one is true? Depends upon you fundamentally. Why? Because you are the one who is accepting either of the stories. So Google can never give any other answer than what the human sitting behind that Google has fed Google, right? So like that, mind has become a storehouse of all kinds of software that the society has given. So fundamentally here is where I need to find my freedom first. I have to come out of this loop. I have to realize, yeah, it may be so. This is what my society gave. This is what my parents gave. This is what happened around me. Fine, fair. But now I have a complete choice whether I want to use this story or not. Depending upon the story I pick, the chemical changes happen. See, the moment I gave laddu thought, jalebi thought, you all would have felt, no? Some water is coming in your mouth. You generally felt a little nice. Is it not? Why? because, all of you have a very sweet association with that. So how did that happen? Just the very thought triggered a chemical change, and the chemistry of various parts in your body changed, and change happened. Now imagine in the same place, if I give you tension, worry, hatred, anxiety, then suddenly you will start feeling a little bit of tightness here, a little bit of here, burning sensation here, a little bit of your muscles stiffening, all that. How? Simply by what kind of thoughts? So I may be offering any thought, but fundamentally you accepting that thought, is it not? What thought you accept is how then you feel. What you feel, what is feeling? Feeling is nothing but what is the sensation you experience in your body. Input comes from these 5 sense organs, jnanendriyas, and through that whole processing, output comes in your karmendriyas, organs of action. Anger is a thought because of the sensation that came, and if that anger is continued, it is felt as heat in the ear, burning in the eyes, drying of the mouth, clenching of the fist, maybe hitting of the other person. All that action followed this thinking process. So therefore, fundamentally, Sri Krishna is saying, look, this is the mechanism. But now, realize your very nature. Even before talking about the mechanism of the mind, first, what he taught us who you are, who I am truly. That is the first thing that he has taught us. I am not this body, I am not this mind, which means what? I am not the collection of all this nonsense that I have gathered. I am someone who is aware of all this. Okay, the impression in my mind is like this. It is triggering this thought. But is this what I should use at this point of time? That ability, that conscious ability is completely with you. There's a wonderful example that our Saravanji always gives, which is you go to a market, there are 10 shops. You want to buy some sari. There is also a mobile shop, jewelry shop, so many shops. If you get distracted, then you will not purchase your clothes, no. What you will have to do? Go to your shop, complete the business, come out, go home. Otherwise, if you suddenly see that and rush there, suddenly see this and rush here, then you're lost. That is aim. Aim is attention in motion. You lost track of your aim. In any situation, even in the so-called fighting between husband and wife, what is fighting really? Like how Sarmanji already said, many a times fighting is all about, I have this idea and I have a strong feeling that my idea is correct. I know people who wear black are evil people. And somebody is saying, no, people wearing black are not evil people. No, you don't know. You have not seen the world. Like, come, I'll show you. I open this picture, I open that picture, I open that video, I open this video. Look, black. Look. So what I keep looking at is what I feed my mind. If I keep looking at black and if I keep seeing violence, then I will keep finding black and violence are intricately connected. So I have programmed. And if somebody is saying, no, then there is a conflict. So attention in motion. So where should my attention be? My attention should be in any situation, therefore, on the truth. What is the truth? All right. I have a thought that black means evil. Now the other person is saying something. Now, can I consider? Can I see? Can I turn around and see from that viewpoint? So, where my attention should be on what is the common ground, what is the truth, rather than on I am correct or wrong. So, like that, Sri Krishna, by showing us the example of how we get deluded when anger arises, he has essentially shown us how intricately the mind functions. By understanding only can you and I come out of this bondage. That is why in Bhagavad Gita is also continuous focus on teaching to the Buddhi, Buddhi Yoga. All along it's about Buddhi. Because fundamentally it is at the intellect level that decisions are made. And your life is an outcome of the choices or the decisions you have made. Please notice, what you call as your life has always been your own making through, whether consciously or unconsciously, whether full awareness or without awareness, the choices you have made. So now Sri Krishna is helping us to wake up and take full responsibility. Wake up. Yogastaha kuru karmani. Be in yoga. Be an integrated. Integrated means what? You, the spirit, intellect, the entire mechanism, the body, all working together. Integrity. We use the word integrity. Integrity means what? What is in my thought is in my action. What is in my action is fundamentally my thought. When can that happen? When there is no delusion. When I know consciously, why am I doing what I am doing? What is the likely outcome? And if that outcome is not met, why it is so? When there is a full conscious attention in what is happening, then where is the room for friction? Anger arises because of friction between two thoughts, what I want and what I don't want. When there is no more friction, yogastaha kuru karmani, an integrated personality. So that is your very divine nature. Because what is being referred as divine is nothing but your very natural state of being. What is your very natural state of being? Is to be calm, peaceful, happy, healthy, and to act in the world with that feeling. When you act in the world with that feeling, whatever is the right outcome will happen. It is not about a particular outcome. Sri Krishna did not say, okay, I don't want war. Paramatma, he could have, through whatever magic, could have made the war go away, no? That is not the point. The point is, situation is not because of some circumstances and you are a helpless puppet. In spite of whatever may be the situation, you can be completely at home. You are not a puppet of the situation. You are above the situation. That laboratory is the world. Otherwise, how will you really know? So today, some of us also said, I wish I had known. But also, please let us see that that experience is what is helping me today to transform. Is it not? Because it's not that, anybody has to wish upon anybody like that. But because of the illness, now there is a deep reverence to how life is. Whatever the transformation that has happened is, so because of that, that is how life is. And now today, whatever I have, right now, whatever I have, if you really look at it, there is so much to be grateful about. But am I truly grateful for everything that is there here right now? So in contrast, we see many things. When there is ill health, then I appreciate the health. When there is hunger, I appreciate food. So what has happened has happened. But what has happened has brought me here today. Is helping me to realize this. So whatever happened must have been for good only. Though at that moment, or when I'm going through that, it's the most painful thing. So therefore in life, there's only to be grateful about. There's nothing to be sorry about. All right. So let me stop here. If there's any question or any more points, anybody, please.
On the distraction part, I remember the Maya concept is there in the supermarket as well. The most needed items are there in the back, and you have all the distractions before you reach that. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to cross all the distractions to get, and then you still have to cross all of them to go to the billing counter.
Correct.
Okay, so they are like very well designed, knowing how the mind works, and to see who can go beyond those distractions and like get that thing and get out.
Absolutely.
And almost like everywhere in life, I think if one can analyze, can see, there are distractions all over. Yeah.
So you can either feel trapped by the situation, or you can use the situation to rise above it.
Rise above it. You need to.
Ishaji, you're saying something.
Yeah, yes, sir. And this distraction, I think it's, I was just saying when Saravanan-ji said about distraction, it's like everywhere, no, sir. These days, see, we are doing online classes. Now we'll open our mobile or a laptop. And obviously, that's also a distraction only because it's right in front of you to go to other screens.
Correct.
Playing in one screen and they'll be pretending to see.
Yes.
So it's like everywhere. And for us also, it's like, Sunday evening class, there'll be so many things to distract us, right? We can go out or anything. You have to take that particular, you have to be really strong, I feel, to beat this distraction and go towards your goal.
And Ishaji, that's where in Tattva-bodha, Shankaracharya said, first, before prerequisite Shamadama, he said, started with that. Okay. If we cannot have the control of the sense organs, that's it. Very easy to get lost.
Very easy to get lost, yeah. I personally, I feel the biggest place to get lost is your own thoughts only.
Yes.
Because, fundamentally, Ishaji, you've always, what you call as world is nothing but all your thoughts only. Please see. There is nowhere else you're getting lost. You're always in the forest called as your thoughts.
Thoughts, yeah.
Because what is life? Whatever you call as life, whatever that is, it has always appeared in you as a thought. So fundamentally, it's your thought that you're constantly dealing with.
True.
See, that is why this is a very important festival, Durga Puja. Durga Puja. because that energy that is needed to destroy this demonic tendency, demonic.
Yeah.
So I need to strengthen my own mind by offering prayers to the divine, because it is very much within you. See, it is only you using your mind that you have to come out of this. No one else will come to your help.
Also, what one strongly needs, right? That person will go pray for it strongly. Right? Like a weak, when this need is not strong, the prayer is also weak. But when you reach that stage where like I really need it, right? There, like nothing else is there in the way. The prayer is so strong.
Correct.
That's it. Right? That is the intensity, I guess, like is needed. When one is there in a situation, right? It has to be that burning desire, or like that strong intensity has to be there. Otherwise, like it will be, we will be there everywhere, but we'll not get anything. I was here, I was there, but
Correct.
right, so
that is where all these so-called losses of life are the biggest learning chances.
Yes, sir. True. When Saravanan said that, that when you pray completely about what you need, and when will we know actually what we need is when you're pushed to that last brim. So when you're actually, when somebody is really unwell, the only thing that comes to your thought is let them get well soon. If it's loved ones, we won't think of anything else. We won't think of hospital bills or whether. So that kind of the prayer or that kind of meditation we don't do for other things. No, because we want, it's no longer need. No, we want so many things. Today I want something, next moment I want something else.
Correct.
Ishaji, that also comes in the prerequisite. He says, Mumukshutva, have that burning desire to know that I really want to know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all distractions will come, and like every once in a while, like your thoughts will take you somewhere for a ride, and then like come back. Oh, okay, Vijayji is continuing.
Yeah, true. 100%.
So that is aim. That is aim. Attention in motion. Only Arjuna had the aim on the eye of the bird. Others were seeing something or the other.
Yeah, true.
Go ahead.
நிறைய சமயங்கள்ல வந்து கோபம் வர்றது வந்து ஏதான ஒண்ணு நடக்கலன்னா நம்ம மத்தவங்கள we are finding fault with others. அவங்க சரியா செய்யாதனாலதான் எனக்கு இது நடக்கல அப்படின்னுங்கிற ஒரு கோபம் வருது. அதை நம்ம ஞாபகப்படுத்திக்கணும்.
கரெக்ட் அம்மா.
The helplessness.
So because again the aim, where is my attention going? So for example, I want to be praised. Let's say that is my aim. Nothing wrong with that aim. I want to be praised. Everybody should come and appreciate me. But let's say somebody is insulting me. Suddenly my aim has shifted to, my attention has shifted to what? Insult. So when I'm looking at insult, I don't want insult. So when my mind is focused on what I don't want kind of an aim, then naturally all these other things come. So what I need to practice? Simply be aware, what is that I need to do? That's why there's a great saying, Amma. When somebody is insulting, and if I don't want insult, what is it I want? I want appreciation. Then what I should offer? I should offer more appreciation. If I want more love, then what I should offer? I should offer love first. So like that, it's two sides of the same coin. The moment I start looking at the tails, I miss the view of the heads. Sarvanji, if there are no other questions or discussions
Yeah.
on this contemplation.
Sure.